Hello all, welcome to Coder. Today let us solve the Lead Code Study Challenge. The problem is insert delete get random order of 1. Implement the randomized class where randomized set initializes the randomized set object. Bool insert function inserts an item var into the set if not present and returns true if the item was not present and false otherwise. Bool remove function removes an item from the val from the set if present and returns true if the item is present, false otherwise. And int GetRandom returns a random element from the current set of elements. It is guaranteed that at least one element exists when this method is called. Each element must have the same probability of being returned. So you must implement the function of the class such that each function works on average order of one time complexity. So how can we do this problem? How can we solve this problem? So it is quite simple. This function is going to return insert the element into the set. This function is going to remove the element from the set, and we want to find the element in random. So obviously to find the element in random, we can use a vector to find the element in random position. So we can find the position to be in position as random function mod the total size. So and finally we can just return the vector. Let us say the vector to be the let us say it as vec of position. So just this is going to be our get random function. But how can we do this insert and remove? So that we should do in optimized manner. It should be in order of 1. So each time we should not run a loop and get the random position and just do that. So how can we do that is, for each time when a value is getting inserted, we can just insert that particular value in the last index of that particular vector. So 1 is getting inserted, then we can just update the 1's index is nothing but 0, and if the 3 gets inserted, then 3's index is going to be 1. Then 5 gets inserted, then 5's index is going to be 2. Then next let's say 3 is going to be erased. So if 3 is getting erased, then we can just see that 3's index is going to be 1. So we can just put the last element in that position, the third position, in that first index position, that is nothing but what I am meaning is we want to get the position of the removed element. So int index of removed element can be taken by mp of. So the index of the removed element is nothing but mp of val. So we get the position now. Now what shall we do is we can just replace the element at the last position with this current index. So which means the last index is nothing but the size minus 1. So now we can just replace the mp of last index. This is the value of the last index element. So which means mp of last index, we get one value which is nothing but this 5. So we want to put this 5 in mp of the index of the removed element. So we can just Now what we can do is we can just remove the last element, which is nothing but mp dot pop back. So this is how we can just remove the element, and now we want to insert the element, means we just we can what we can do is we can just do a size plus plus, and we can insert that particular element. Mp of size minus 1 is nothing equals to the val. So like this we can just insert that particular element in that position. Sorry, actually we want to say it as vector, right? Vector of size minus 1 equals to val, and mp of val equals to size minus 1. Sorry, I have just collapsed it. So we are maintaining the index in map, and we are maintaining the values in the vector. So this is nothing but v vector of the index of that removed element is nothing but the mp of the element at the last index. Element at the last index. Now I think it will be clear. So now what we can do is we can just code the approach, then we can analyze what we are facing. So first we need a vector and a map, so we can say as unordered map of int comma int mp, and a vector int of vec, and even I need a size. So initially size can be 0, then vector mp dot clear, and even vector dot clear. So this is the constructor will do. Now in getRandom function we want to find the position, random position. So random function mod size, and we want to just return the element at the position. So how can we do this insert function? So bool possible equals to false if my mp dot find of val is not present, is equal to mp dot end. If it is not present, then we want to insert this. So there is a possible insertion in this function. So possible equals to true, and then we want to update the values. So mp of val is nothing but size, and we want to increment the size as well. Now we want to put the current element at the last position, vector dot pushback of val. So it and then we want to return this possible. And similarly, how can we do this remove operation? So bool possible equals to false initially if my mp dot find of val is already present, mp dot end, then it is possible to erase. So possible will become true. Then now how can we erase this particular element? We want to erase the last element, so obviously we want to pop back the last element, which is nothing but m vector dot pop back of val, sorry, vector dot pop back, and size will get decremented by 1. Then what we want to do is int index of the index of removed element. Removed element is nothing but mp of val. So we get the index of the removed element. Now we want to put the last element in that particular index. So what we will be doing is we will just update mp of size minus 1, sorry, vector vector of size minus 1 will be put in MP of index of removed element equals to vector of size minus 1, and hope now it is clear. So we got the index of the removed element, which is the MP of val. Now the last element is kept in the vector of the removed element, and we want to update this index as well. So vector of size minus 1 equals to index of removed element, index of removed element. So we have updated the index, we have updated the values, and then we have popped back, and then we have decremented the size. Now we can just return this possible. Hope this is clear. Now let us try to run our code. Superb, it gets accepted. There are only one example test case. Now let us submit the code. Okay, we are getting a wrong answer. Let us check what is happening here. Yeah, in this remove operation, we have removed from vector, but we have not removed from the map mp.erase of val. Now let us take that failing test case and run. So it gets accepted. Let us submit the code. So it gets accepted. Hope you like the solution and let me know in the comments if there are any suggestions to be improved. So let us see in tomorrow's LeetCode Daily Challenge. Until then, bye.